Hello, today is day 29, and today's intention is to have compassion. So, not just compassion for others, but compassion for yourself as well. So, let's get started. Hello, welcome to day 29 of our intentions instead of resolutions yoga. And today's practice is going to be low to the ground. And what I'd like you to get is a pillow and a blanket for the last part of the practice. So if you don't have those items handy, just pause the video and go get either two pillows or a pillow and a blanket or two blankets. It really doesn't matter. We want at the end to be able to support our knees and our head. So if you have two items, that would be perfect. So you don't need anything fancy like a yoga block. I have yet to get any yoga blocks. I use a lot of other props. So we're going to put those to the side for now. And what we're going to do is start in a half lotus position. So I'm just in cross-legged. We're going to sit in half lotus. So today's intention is to have compassion. Now, having compassion for others is extremely important, but we're also not able to accomplish that without first having compassion for ourselves. So hopefully this practice will help you to slow down, get in contact with yourself and have compassion for yourself if you have difficulty in doing certain things. Sitting in half lotus is not particularly easy. So if you can do this without having any pain in your legs, that's great. If not, then just do regular cross-legged. But I've got my right foot on top, and we're going to place our hands together in prayer position. But instead of it being a passive position for our hands, it's going to be active. What we want to do is press our hands together. And you're going to pull back your shoulder blades as if you're trying to get them to meet one another. This is going to help open our heart. So we're going to do this for a couple of breaths. So take a deep breath in and out. In and out. Now we are going to cross our ankles and go to an extended child's pose. So you want to have your knees as wide as your mat and your toes touching. And we're going to reach forward with our hands. Take a deep breath in, look forward, and breathe out as you bring your chin to your chest. We want our hands to be active, so really reach as far as you can. This should help open up your shoulders and give you a really good stretch in your side body. Then what we're going to do is we're going to lower our elbows, making sure that our hands are in a perfect alignment with one another, almost like railroad ties. And we're going to lean or move our knees back so that our abdomen is in contact with the mat. Feet are flat. You want the tops of your feet in contact with your mat. So this is a Sphinx pose. And what we're going to do is look over our right shoulder, then our left shoulder. And depending upon what kind of day you're having, you might hear a lot of cracking in the neck. So this will help us get a really good stretch, not just in our neck, but also in the top part of your back. Now we're gonna not shake our head, yes, but we're gonna move our head back and then forward for our shake. We wanna do it nice and slow. Slow movement. Now we're gonna place our hands where our elbows were, and keeping our feet in the same position, we're gonna lift up to upward facing dog. And then lower slow to the mat, or slowly lower to the mat. And now we're gonna go into a bow pose. So you wanna grab your right ankle with your right hand or the top of your foot, and then your left ankle. I'm getting a cramp in my legs. And then you wanna push out with your feet and pull in with your hands. This is a bow pose. And it's really hard to do. If you get cramped up, that's fine. It will go away. If you have difficulty getting both feet up at the same time, you can just do one at a time. Getting a good quad stretch in that right leg. And then in the left. Now we're going to rise up to our knees and step that right foot forward. And we're in a low lunge. And what we want to do is curl our toes under, and we're going to do a horizon pose. So what that means is that we're going to take our right hand and sweep it up and over, have your right hand on the outside of that right foot. You're going to lift that back knee and shift to the inner arch and look at your left foot while you're pointing at that left foot. And then coming back up and over to a low lunge. Now we're going to step back with that right foot and up with the left and do the same thing on the other side. So have that left hand on the left side of your left foot, point forward with that right hand and tracing like a rainbow up and over and back. Now we're going to lower both knees to the mat, cross our ankles, and come forward. And we're going to sit up in a staff position and go into a forward fold. So we want to lift our hands back behind our ears and then up, and then lower our belly to our thighs. We're going to look forward, taking a deep breath in, and then bringing our chin to our chest as we breathe out. Now, if you're not able to keep your legs straight, you can have a deep bend in those knees. But in time, you should be able to flatten them. Good. Now rising up. Now we're going to need the blanket and the pillow, or the two blankets or the two pillows. And I'm going to use the pillow to support my head. And I'm going to take the blanket and roll it up into a log and placing it behind my knees. And we might have to make adjustments when we end up on our backs. So just keep that in mind. Don't worry if you don't get it perfect the first time. Now we're going to lower slowly so you can point forward and lowering. And what we're going to do is a supported bridge pose. So we're going to move that blanket up and place it under our hips. So it gives us just a little bit of elevation while also allowing us to keep our heart open. Now you can also go into a full bridge, or you can double the blanket to give you that support in the full bridge. But we don't want to be feeling like we're using too many muscles right now. We're going to start winding everything down. So having a supported bridge pose is a good way to be able to get that heart opening, which will help us with having compassion, but without having to do all the hard work with doing a regular bridge. Then we're going to remove that blanket or pillow, lower your hips back to the mat. And now we're going to use the blanket to support our knees in a supported Shavasana. So place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your stomach. And this is how we're going to end the practice today. So I do hope that yoga's become an important part of your life, and that the intentions that have been set each week help give us goals to work towards each week, building one upon another to make us stronger and just better people overall. So I'll see you again next time. Bye.